everybody. Rise and shine. Welcome. Week first full week of our kind of distance learning here. It's Monday, March 23rd, and I want to just grace you with another math video. So today, first of all, I want to thank everybody who did their IXL work and turned in a screenshot of their score. If you didn't know how to do a screenshot, we'll work on that in a later video. But I want to show you our next lesson, and it's going to kind of build off of what we did the other day, and that was decimals. And I just circled this part here, all right? This major concept really only works with adding and subtracting, okay? Today we're going to multiply decimals, all right? And this gets thrown out the window for the lesson today with multiplying decimals. So if we go down and we start our lesson here, we want to make sure we remember one major thing, from what we've done so far in school, and that is how to come up with a target, okay? And for those of you who may have slipped your memory, a target is basically what we just call an estimate. Okay, so remember, an estimate is something that we use to help us guide towards the right answer. So if I were to give you, for example, 30.8 times 4.2. So once again, 3 and 8 tenths times 4 and 2 tenths. Before you start this problem, you want to just say, okay, this is near 4. This is near 4. I know what 4 times 4 is, and that is, yes, 16. All right. So I should do this every single question. All right. It gives me a kind of guide. So if I get done with my answer and my answer is 812, I know I'm off. Okay. All right. And this is just that good old rounding. That's 3 and 8 tenths. It's very close to 4. 4 and 2 tenths, just a little bit above 4. So 4 times 4 would give me 16. And we go from there. All right. So now we start our problem. Now, I just told you you do not need to line up decimals, but look what's going on right here. That is just by coincidence. All right. Does it always work this way? No. The idea that we want you to do is that you just ignore the decimals until the end. Imagine it's 38 times 42, and then we'll count up the decimal places at the end. So let's go through this. 2 times 8 is 16. Carry the 1. Simple, old-fashioned multiplication. 2 times 3 is 6. Add 1 is 7. Remember, placeholder. As you know, I like to put the X in mine so I know that it's a placeholder, not just some zero from multiplication. 4, oh, we got rid of this. 4 and 8, 32. Carry the 3. 4 times 3 is 12, plus 3 is 15. Same as normal 2-digit by 2-digit multiplication, we add our partial product, 6, 9, 5, 1. And you should stop right here and say, whoa, 1,596. No, this is where we add our places, all right, in our decimal point. Now, our standard method of doing this is count how many decimal places were in your original problem. Sounds like a lot, but it's very simple. We had a decimal place here, and we had a decimal place there. So we in total had 2 decimal places. All right. So you would take your decimal place, you start at the end of the number where all decimals are, right here, and you got to go left 2 decimal places. 1, 2. And this completely transforms this number. not from 1,596 to 15 and 96 hundredths, which is very close to 16. I would accept this because it's very close to my target, and we're good to go. So again, this just looks, I know I said don't line up the decimals, and you're like, well, look right here. That was just by chance. Let's look at one that does not have that lineup. So if we had, say, 13 and 1/10 times, let's see, 4 and 37 hundredths. Now, when we line this up, you can see that our decimals won't line up. You just ignore the decimals until the end, and you're just going to left justify these basically. Oh, sorry, right justify these. You line them up just so they line up evenly. Okay. Now, remember at the end of this problem, for sake of video time, we're not going to do it. You would have 1, 2, 3 decimal places. So that would be 3 decimal places, 1, 2, 3, when you got to the end of your problem. All right. And once again, don't forget that target. So with that being said, remember to, take your time, check your work, and we will, get to that problem at the end. I will be making another video. I know some of you are probably asking, what about lattice? Okay, can I multiply with lattice? And that is something you can do. We will do that. I'm going to make a separate video just to refresh us on lattice. All right, well, I'm going to post this. I'm going to also post this with the IXL link to multiplying decimals. Again, Command Shift 4. You can take a little screenshot. Excuse me, and when you go to reply to the thread in Google Classroom, just add a file, and you can add that screenshot. All right. Great. See you there. Bye-bye.